only me again. So I'm on another hitch bracket job, as you can see with this one. Another 65mm pin, this one's for a grab. So yeah, just ground all this up, sorted these pinholes out because they were a little bit shy. I've done chamfered all these holes in here because I like them a little better chamfered. So I'm going to get that tacked up. I'll show you it tacked up and then I'm going to weld it out. We'll preheat it with gas. And yeah, so I'll show you when I get a bit more done. Right, all tacked up now. Got that all tacked up. 270mm gap here. 20mm stuck out there so I can weld round it. Gonna just preheat that with gas now and then I'll weld it up. I'll show you when it's welded up. 20mm plate, plasma cut out. Basically the same. If you go back into my other videos, I did one for a Koala 400. This is for an SX1250 for a 13 tonner. So this is just a headstock. I sent it out with an 80mm headstock, which again is in another video. So if you want to go back and have a look at that, you can see what I did. You can see that it's virtually the same as doing this. So yeah, I'll show you when I've got it welded up. Right, so we have finished welding that out. So, sorry, 6 runs down each side, 6 runs on the end, 4 runs I think. 4 runs round each pin at each side. Nice welding there. That Kempy, what a tool. Honest to God, what a tool. Heat's slightly bowed, that's them sides out a little bit, but it's 5mm out. So I'm not too bothered about that, but yeah. That's ready to rock and roll now. Just give it a quick de-spatter, a couple of bits so you're not taking off it. And then I will give it a coat of black paint. Probably won't see it now because it's like 10 o'clock at night once again. So I'm probably just going to leave it to cool down and paint it tomorrow morning before I take it, because it is literally going on that grab tomorrow. So anybody wants to know how I de-spatter stuff, I try and use that spatter-proof spray, this stuff. Weldability anti-spatter spray. It does work to a point, but obviously when it gets too hot, it just doesn't. So what I do, decent chisel and just little hammer and just knock it all off like that. It's literally that easy. I have got, actually while I'm thinking about it, a new little tool to show you. Tool review Monday. It is Monday today, so I'll just get that little tool. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Must be still over here somewhere. Ah, here she is. This little thing. So it's a carbide burr. I would call it a chamfering tool. So you can adjust the depth of your chamfer. I don't know whether I've done any of these edges or not, but I will show you. I'll just plug it in. So here she is plugged in. I know it's noisy, so you're not going to be able to hear me, but we'll do this edge here. So you literally press and go. Now, look at that. That is epic. So I'm just going to go. I think I'm probably just going to go all the way around this with this. This makes a really nice job. I don't know if you can see them or not. 2 little carbide inserts, replaceable. Literally about 20 quid. That is a Chinese special. Don't even think it's got a brand on it, it's that Chinese. So I've not had it very long, but what a tool. Brilliant piece of kit. Makes such a nice finish of stuff like that. Stuff like that. Fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant finish. You can see it there. Where I've done that edge. And that edge versus like that edge. Ignore this little dodgy bit here. That's where the guy that I get to do the CNC plasma, he doesn't do a lead in. So you end up with like a blob there. You see I've got one there. And then I think there's one in that corner somewhere. So yeah, he's good and he's fast at turning them round, which is why I use him. But that really, you should do a lead in, which means if I get a piece of chalk, say you're cutting that square, so instead of starting your plasma here, you'd start it here, and then you'd cut in like that, and then you'd cut the square. And all it does is it stops this dodgy bit here. Personally, even if you couldn't get rid of that dodgy bit, I would have preferred it if you left it under here, but anyway, I didn't cut it, so hopefully that will change very shortly. With the new piece of kit which is coming into the workshop. I've started making a separate video on it, but I will just give you a quick sneak peek. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of them. Anyway, that's all you're getting shown. Oh, and that's the new plasma to go with it. So yeah, I'm just going to deburr that, or chamfer it, just to make it look a bit tidier. If you look at them holes in there, you can see I've chamfered all them. They've come out really nicely with a chamfer on. I don't know how well this edge would come out if I tried chamfering that, but to be honest, when that gets, this edge here, when that gets nailed by a digger a couple of times, nobody will ever know that it was ever chamfered. So is it really worth it? Yeah, that's not a question for me to answer really, but anyway, I'll try and take a bit of a video of it when I've painted it, just to show you what I've done. Paint wise, I'm literally just going to give it a coat of black because it's literally going out into a wood tomorrow morning and it needs to be cold before I can paint it, and it is absolutely red hot as I have just finished welding. So right, that's it for that. We'll move on to something else. Right, back again on a bit of a service quest today. Got this little 1.5 tonner to service. I've done 500 hours, so it's only a little bit of a service supplied by PV Dobson's. So I've come here over to somewhere near Colne, Lancashire. I don't know whether anybody would know where that is, but sort of above Manchester. So yeah, come to have a look around this and give it a service. So I've noticed a couple of things. First things first, that light has been ripped out of roof big time, so that's not ideal. Just giving it an oil change. This wants sorting, that's pointing it wrong direction completely, so I'll sort that. These tracks are that tight. I don't know whether they've just been greasing them when they grease the machine, but the tracks are that tight that there is no slack in them whatsoever, so I'll just let them off a bit because they are way too tight. Other than that, a tidy little machine, but it hasn't done very much, so it should be tidy, shouldn't it really? I'll show you this other one when I do it. I think it's a U25 or something like that. And then I've got a couple of other bits to do. Nothing too crazy, just a bit of a service sort of a day today, so I'll bring you back to this when I've got it serviced. So on a service on one of these, you've got oils in them track motors, engine oil, fuel filter. It's got a hydraulic return filtering tank, and then obviously a good grease around, a good check over. So I'll show you when I've done it. Right, on to the second service. Can't show you too much here because I don't think they'll be that bothered wanting me to film. So track motor oils, I've had a good look over it. This one, you can see in there, missing the top roller. Checked all of the top rolls, they're all alright. Full engine service. And yeah, you can see that, not sure who serviced these last, but I don't think they have been changing the track motor oil because there's basically manky oil in there. Well kept digger, this one. So you can see the, yeah, nice little tidy little machine this, to be fair. So just giving it a good service inspection. These boys are fairly keeping looked after, so we'll order a new top roller for there, probably do it other side as well. It wants a fan belt as well, noticed that when I was servicing it. Could do some tracks really, but just wait till they split, I think. So yeah, that's that quest. And I've got this little thing. So I've got to do full set of brakes. And once the hitch is absolutely knackered, they bent it. So I've got brakes, cables, hitch. Should be a simple enough job, but yeah, I'm going to get onto that once I've finished servicing this. Right, we're on a major breakdown now. So we have this little Jimmy. It's absolutely rotten, no MOT, don't even bother taxing it, not fit to be on the road, but we use it as like a UTV really around farm. He's actually pretty good for that. We are going to do, I don't know if you can see right well because it's dark, but I am going to do a bit more work to it, to be fair, because it's got a little bit rougher. Front body mount on this side's broken. Anyway, this is the issue we've got at the minute. The rear bar, that red bar there, is to replace it. It's called panhard bar. It has one front and rear on one of these because it's like a 4x4 four-wheel. I'll get on the floor and show you. It's like a 4-wheel drive. Almost like a Defender, this thing, really, underneath. So you can see, totally rotten. But that's what's happened there. So that there should be further down, should have a hole in it to put the end of this into. Obviously completely mangled, rotten, so I'm going to have to build something new there. The other end you can see snapped off, so all I need to do there is literally just put take bolt out, put a new bolt in. So I am going to put a bit of a lift kit on this when it eventually turns up, but I need to change this panhard bar like fairly sharpish because it's going to break something. You can hear prop shaft knocking hell out of everything down there. So I'll show you what I'm going to do to make a bracket to do that. I'll do it in the shed. I'll just take some measurements now and I'll do it in the shed. It doesn't really matter where it drops down to because we've got, and I bought an adjustable one. So it doesn't matter at all where it drops down to because I can adjust it either way and sort it out. There's a couple of other bits I need to sort out under there, like exhaust is pretty much dropping off. So I might have to take floor out to change that, but in back we've got a piece of plywood, piece of marine plywood in floor because the floor's totally rotten. I am going to do a bit more work to this, to be fair, and just make it a little bit better. Try and get some new wheels and tyres. I'll show you a bit of progress on it really. I won't say it's a project vehicle, but it's a good little motor, to be fair. I didn't give very much for it, and it's an absolute beast for what I use it for. Want better tyres on it because it gets stuck quite easily at the minute, but watch this space with that one. I'm going to get some better tyres for it. I'm going to lift it and put some better shocks on it. And once I've done all that, I might even take it off-roading, and I'll film that when we go and have a bit of a play off-roading. You'll enjoy that. I'll try and take me and my mates, and we'll go and do some off-roading. It's sort of thing you can sort of rag hell out of and not really be bothered about it. It's a right good little bus, to be fair. And to be honest, obviously, with it being absolutely microscopic, you wouldn't think there are a lot of room in there, but to be fair, there is. Like, I'm, 6'4", 18, 19 stone. I'm not a small chap, and I could fit in there no problem. It's like a British racing green, this Jimmy, but yeah, I'll show you what I'm going to make to mount that, and then we'll try and get it welded on very shortly. I've got to put that Kubota back together probably before I get this done, but this is becoming a bit dangerous when you go around corner with it. It's feels like back end drifting. You can't really see it right well, but it goes one way a lot more than it goes to the. So that way it goes. You can see it there. It's going sideways, not just wobbling on tyres. It's the whole body's moving without the axle. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I get a bit further on with the old Jimmy. Yeah, we'll call it a projector. I'll do a couple of updates on it in videos and show you what we do with it. I'm not going to go too crazy with it because it is an absolute shed. I would really like to get a cleaner one, or a clean body, or a clean chassis, and make a much better Jimmy for what we use it for. But this was absolutely nothing. I think we give 500 quid for it. So yeah, right now then, just thought I'd show you what I'm up to. So got this JCB today, no horn, so taking the horn out of here. Tested, there's no power. I've tested the horn works fine. So they're coming here, check the fuse, that's fine. Pulled this in bits. There is nothing, there's no continuity between them two pins. I don't know if you can see them, orange and black, which leads me into here. And I've tested it. You can see, if you look really close, that one's quite clean. That one's shit up, but it doesn't seem to make any difference. So I'm just going to see if I can pull this plastic bit in bits and see if a wire's dropped off or something. If not, it's going to end up being a full new handle, which will be an absolute fortune. So yeah, I'll bring you back when I get this plastic bit off. Right, I couldn't film the rest of that because I was in a rush to get back together, but I just thought I'd do a quick finish up from the comfort of my van because it's absolutely fucking pissing down now. So basically that joystick does not come in bits without breaking it, so I give up. I got it 3/4 of the way and you can see there's a wire burnt off it, so I give up with that. Trying to take it in bits anymore pointless, so I rung Scott JCB at Carnforth. They've got one in, they're only 175 quid or something like that, so I've got one ordered. So it is only the horn, but on these picky sides you've got to have it working. So I'm just in van at the minute, I'm just going to set off home. It's absolutely pouring down Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock. I think it's time to go home. This will probably be the end of this video. I've done a bit of random stuff this week, quite a lot that I can't video, but I will endeavour to video some more next week. I will finish videoing putting that Kubota back together because I have got a bit further along, but I probably won't put it in this video. I'll probably do a video with a bit more in when I get it completely back together and back working. I'm going to drop that one off early on next week, so I'll video it just finishing up putting it back together. I'd like to just say thanks for everybody who's subscribed. I know I've only got like 10 or 11 or something like that, but I really do appreciate it. It's not really doing this to become famous or rich or any of that, make any money out of it. Just sort of show you what I'm doing on a day-to-day and do a bit of sort of advertising for the attachment sales and making brackets and all that sort of stuff. As I always say, the MDE gear, it's really good gear. It comes from Ireland. Irish make decent stuff, so there's not a lot more to tell you about that. You've seen plenty of it. Got a good few videos out with stuff working now, so you can, if you look at some of my shorts, there's a couple of videos of that 400 out cutting trees, a couple of videos of that 850. Give them a bit of a watch and a like. If you could subscribe and like this video, it'd be grand. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.